Mount Fuji is one of the most significant symbols of Japanese culture. Karen Kosmowski, a National Geographic photographer, has traveled to Japan to photograph the mountain.
I can't believe I'm looking for Fuji in the middle of a typhoon. I have 3 more days to go before I have to leave back for the States, and hopefully between now and then I'll be able to see the mountain.
Mount Fuji is very important for Japanese people. Karen feels that this may be because of its size.
The mountain dominates everything, and you can easily see how people would come to worship the mountain.
Another reason for Fuji's importance is that some people feel that Mount Fuji is a goddess. Many festivals are held to celebrate this goddess, and they usually include lots of dancing and fire.
These festivals, called fire and water festivals, are to sort of appease the mountain, give celebration and gifts to the goddess, Mount Fuji, so that she will not destroy them.
Karen starts her photography shoot at the base of the mountain, where many tourist attractions can be found. Mount Fuji attracts a huge number of tourists, and after a visit, most want to go home with a gift.
You can have cookies, cakes, candies, bento boxes, coffee cups, teacups, whatever you can think of that you could put Fuji on, you'll find it.
For most Japanese people, climbing Mount Fuji still represents more than tourism.
Climbing Mount Fuji is a mind exercise. It's really mind over matter more than anything. There's a word they use, it's called ganbatte, which is persevere. Persevere is a big word in Japanese culture and language. I think it's good that it's a misty day because it's actually been able to cut down on the heat. And stopping to take pictures is a good excuse to take a break.
Climbing Mount Fuji has been spiritually significant for a long time.
So the original purpose of climbing Mount Fuji was a religious pilgrimage. I think it's always kind of an amazing event when you climb for 12 hours or whatever, and you come up and you see this gorgeous sunrise. It just really is quite an emotional event.
These days, Mount Fuji is a busy place that's full of climbers. In the past, it was different.
The women were not allowed on the mountain until 1930, so these would be men climbing the mountain, usually with tabbies, which are these little white socks, and a white outfit with the straw conical hat. So people would climb on the mountain sort of as a purification process of their soul.
Karen feels that climbing Mount Fuji is an amazing adventure that's almost like an amusement park. She also feels that it's a national bonding experience that brings the people of Japan closer together.
There's a whole group of people who operate or who live on the mountain for about 6 to 8 weeks at a time that make this adventure possible for the 400,000 plus people that climb it during that 6-week period. How do they get the food up there? I mean, there's vending machines at the top of the mountain. How are the cans of sodas brought to the top? Obviously, there's some vehicle that has to bring it to the top, and it's the bulldozers.
Managing Mount Fuji is a huge operation. At the end of the climbing season, there's still more to do.
Toward the end of the season, they have a bunch of groups. They come and clean up the mountain because a lot of trash and litter is left.
Karen explains that cleaning up the mountain is a kind of community duty for most of these people. When one looks at Fuji, it's easy to see the hard work that keeps it in good condition. It's also easy to see that the effort is well worth it. Mount Fuji is as beautiful as ever.